Brooklyn, a lively 10-year-old girl with a heart full of love for her farm, lived on a beautiful farm near a large forest. They had fields of crops and a wide variety of animals. From the time she was little, Brooklyn had always felt a special connection to the animals on her family's farm. To her, they weren't just animals, they were her best friends. What no one else knew was that Brooklyn had a unique and extraordinary ability. She could talk to animals. Ever since she was a toddler, she had been able to understand and communicate with them. It wasn't something she shared with many people, not even her parents, because she knew it was special and wanted to keep it her secret. Every morning, Brooklyn would wake up with the sun and rush outside to greet her animal friends, to feed them and have a talk. There was Daisy the cow, who loved to gossip about the other cows in the field. Rusty the horse, who had a wise, grandfatherly way about him. Pippin the piglet, always full of energy and mischief. And Chatter, a cheeky little squirrel who often stopped by to chat about the happenings in the nearby woods. One crisp autumn day, Brooklyn noticed something was off. Daisy seemed worried, and Rusty was unusually quiet. As she approached the barn, Pippin ran up to her, his little tail wagging nervously. "Brooklyn, something's wrong with the barn cat, Whiskers," Pippin squealed, his small eyes wide with concern. Brooklyn hurried to the barn and found Whiskers curled up in a corner, looking sad and unwell. She knelt beside him, gently stroking his fur. "What's wrong, Whiskers?" Brooklyn asked softly. Whiskers opened his eyes and sighed. "I don't feel well, Brooklyn. My stomach hurts and I can't seem to catch any mice. I'm worried I won't be able to take care of the barn." Brooklyn's heart ached for her friend. She knew she had to help. She carefully picked up Whiskers and carried him to the farmhouse, where she could look after him more closely. On the way, she asked Daisy if she knew anything that could help. "I've heard from the birds that there's a special herb growing by the river," Daisy said. "It's supposed to be good for stomach aches." Brooklyn nodded, determined to find the herb. She gently placed Whiskers in a cozy bed in the kitchen and set out with Pippin and Chatter to find the river. The journey took them through the woods and over a small hill where they finally reached the sparkling river. "There it is," Chatter exclaimed, pointing to a cluster of green plants growing by the water's edge. Brooklyn carefully picked some of the herbs, thanking the plants as she did. She hurried back home with her friends, eager to help Whiskers. When they returned, Brooklyn brewed a tea with the herbs and offered it to Whiskers. "Here you go, Whiskers. This should make you feel better," Brooklyn said, offering the warm cup. Whiskers sipped the tea and, after a few moments, began to perk up. "Thank you, Brooklyn. I feel much better already," he purred, his eyes brightening. Over the next few days, Whiskers made a full recovery, thanks to Brooklyn's care and the special herb. The other animals were relieved and grateful to see their friend healthy again. Brooklyn's bond with the animals grew even stronger after that. They knew they could always count on her, and she knew she could rely on them too. The farm was more than just a place to live. It was a community of friends, all looking out for one another. As the seasons passed, Brooklyn continued to use her unique ability to help and care for her animal friends. Whether it was finding food during a harsh winter or helping a lost baby bird find its way home, Brooklyn was always there, ready to lend a hand, or a hoof, or a wing. She learned that her gift wasn't just about talking to animals. It was about understanding them, caring for them, and creating a world where all living beings could thrive together. And so, life on the farm was full of joy, laughter, and the warmth of true friendship, all thanks to Brooklyn and her special bond with the animals.